Welcome back to another video. Luton Town are on the road to Ewood Park Saturday to play Blackburn Rovers in a tough game. Blackburn sitting 5th place, Luton sitting in 15th. Both teams have just come off the back of a win. So in today's video, we're going to have a look all about Blackburn Rovers, a bit about Luton as well, and how I think they're going to set up against them to try and beat Blackburn Rovers and continue climbing that table with a horrendous away form that we've currently got. Please make sure you hit that like button and the sub. It would really help. I am on the road to 5,000 subscribers. Let's get into the video. So as I say, Blackburn Rovers sitting at 5th place. They've won the last 5 games in a row, beating the likes of Leeds United, Middlesbrough, Sheffield Wednesday. 6th game that they've just had, they lost to Stoke City. So a real test, really, because Stoke City, Luton Town have just beaten. And in my opinion, Stoke City didn't look great. They had chances, but they just couldn't finish their dinner. Just like Luton can't on many occasions. But that's quite a promising one because Blackburn were at home as well. So if anything, Luton's poor away form, we can go to Ewood Park and get a against the odds result. As we know, Luton haven't won away from home since the 14th of September against Millwall. Yeah, Luton's away form has been horrendous. A 5-1 away loss, a 4-2 against Norwich, 3-1 against Plymouth, 2-0 against Sheffield United. We were 2-0 up against Coventry away from home. We lost 3-2. So, yeah, time has got to change. Whether it's against Blackburn, after tonight's performance and obviously against Swansea as well, we're going to pick up some confidence, a little bit of a buzz as well. So fingers crossed we can see a better performance. But prior to that, I would have said, no, we're going straight to Blackburn. We're going to lose, move on, blah, blah, blah. But I'm being a little bit more positive because of the last 2 performances and the lads have not lost in the last 2 games. Blackburn do set up in, drum roll, a 4-2-3-1, just like every other team that we faced, as I've seen to have. All my match previews almost are the exact same thing. They all play the same. We should change this, should change that. But yes, Blackburn Rovers do play a 4-2-3-1. Their top goal scorer is number 23, or Hashi, who sits right at the top. And then their joint assister, Cantwell, just behind him at number 10 position. Blackburn aren't the most high-scoring team. They've scored 23 goals this year, the same amount of goals as Luton. However, they've only conceded 17 compared to Luton's 35. So they have got a strong defensive line. They've obviously, over the last 3 or 4 games, they've won them 1-0. Luton Town beating Stoke City 2-1 on Tuesday. We had all 11 start, finish the game as well. We made no substitutions. Rob Edwards decided to risk it and keep the same 11 on. And luckily, it paid off in the 89th minute when we scored to win. But that would have taken a lot out of a lot of players. So I fully expect us to make a few changes. I personally think we've got 4 points now in the last 2 games. Before the week started, obviously with the form that we currently got, I would have taken 4 points from the 3 games. I said it in my first vlog at Swansea as well. So I think Rob Edwards has a little bit of breathing space now to be able to mix a side up and experiment a little bit. Of course, we would like to go to Blackburn full strength and make sure we go and get another win if we can. But we have to be realistic as well. Our injury list has grown. We've got a lot of players out at the moment. And not only that, we won't want to make sure that we risk players and then lose even more players going into the next few games. So it's a busy period around Christmas, so we've got to be a little bit more sensible as well. So I would like to see at least 5 or 6 changes personally. So at the back, I'd like to see a 4. And I would have JJ on the left-hand side. I would then put McGuinness, because McGuinness has proven that he can do 3 games in a week already. Holmes, I thought he was feeling his leg a couple of times and he was limping on Tuesday. So I haven't seen whether he's fit or not for the pre-match conference yet. But maybe drop Holmes off and put Anderson in the squad. And then on the right-hand side, I'd quite like to see Moses if he's still fit. Hashi's out of position at centre-back. He didn't have a very good game. I just think Moses will provide us a little bit more pace and a little bit more ability on the ball on the right-hand side than Hashi does. For the person that I'm going to put in right wing, would also benefit from having him there as well. In midfield, then, just in front, I would say Nelson. Now, Nelson, at the beginning of the season, come in and he did pretty well. QPR, he did all right. I want to see him, now he's been in the sub-bench for a little while, come on, give Brown a bit of a rest. So put Nelson on the right-hand side. In the middle, Pelly and Nakamba. Pelly is someone else that people have been crying previously. Why have we got such a bad away form, but we're not giving him any time at all? And then on the left-hand side, Chongi if fit. Because, as I say, from the Tuesday game, as soon as Chongi went over to the left-hand side for literally, I think, 5-minute spell, he went round a player and was fantastic. And he got a free kick, and we almost scored from it. So, Chongi on the left-hand side. Not in this left wing-back, as a left midfielder. And then up front, Taylor and Morris. Now, like I say, Morris is one of them leaders. I say he has to be on the field. Our captain, when he comes off the field, we sort of have a bit of a meltdown and not everyone takes responsibility. Whereas when Morris on the field, he's commanding, he's shouting at everyone. I know Rob Edwards loves to play Clark. I have left him out and given him a bit of a rest today. But that's where Morris will come in, because obviously when Morris isn't on, he likes to give Clark the armband. So, yeah, Morris is on with Taylor. And then that will allow Adebayo to come on in the second half and hopefully put some impact in as well. Whether that is a 4-4-2 or a 4-diamond, something like that, where you can have the camera at the bottom and then Pelly and Nelson just in front, Chongi up as the number 10, or something slightly different. But that's how I would quite like to see Luton Town set up against Blackburn Rovers. And like I say, an experiment, I don't mind. We've got 4 points from this now. I just want to see a good performance. We looked good at Norwich when we had 4 at the back. So I'd quite like to see that once again at Blackburn. As I've already said, Blackburn has scored the same amount of goals as us this year. They've just been better at defence. So let's just work on that ourselves and hopefully, you know, we have a good game. Now, if you did like today's video, smash that like button, hit the sub, and we'll look forward to seeing you on Saturday for the vlog at Blackburn Rovers.